A girthy warning, yeah. This is a girthy spoiler warning because from what I've been told, this is a extremely spoilery, extremely spoilery one. Okay, like if you haven't done Endwalker, this is gonna actually completely ruin the game for you. So, I repeat, this trailer will literally ruin the game for you if you watch it and you haven't finished Endwalker. I've warned you once, I've warned you in this title, I've warned you on the screen, and I'm warning you now. But I have finished Endwalker, and therefore I should very much like to watch this at long last. Okay, so without further ado, here's the very spoilery, honest game trailers for Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker that I've wanted to watch for— wait, why did I like it? I haven't seen it yet. Okay, let's watch. I'll wait till the end to see if I like it. Okay. Endwalker. Okay, let's get back to the part that I was at. Okay.
From the people that brought you a lifetime of never-ending fantasy comes the finale of a story almost a decade in the making,
Okay,
where
that's
you'll
fine.
tie a bow around this epic tale of wonder and
That's fine.
magic
That's good.
by prancing around as your extremely embarrassing OC. Final Fantasy
It's not
XIV
embarrassing, like I said.
Endwalker. Experience the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV as the success of Shadowbringers and the utterly
You
desolate
didn't mention the free trial.
state of WoW brings an influx of new players to
Oh, because there's not a free trial. That's right, there's not. There's not a free trial.
Eorzea, wreaking absolute havoc on the servers, where attempting to log in took as long as waiting at the DMV.
It was worth it,
and
though.
congestion issues were so bad that they literally had to stop selling the game.
Yeah.
Where longtime fans were really happy to have their favorite game finally recognized, right until they get kicked out by an error and have to wait another 2 hours to log in. It's way more stable now that WoW refugees have lost interest like everyone knew they would. Look, FF14 won an award for Best Community, so saying that automatically can't be toxic. Discover the bevy of changes Square added for this expansion, where they tuned a bunch of classes and skills for 90, all of which everyone was naturally unhappy about because their mains got nerfed, along with the addition of new classes.
I didn't get nerfed.
Sage and Reaper.
Just play Reaper and you won't get nerfed.
That,
Or
like
Warrior.
any new class right out of the box, do a ridiculous amount of damage just by pressing 3 buttons, then trek across the
That's
new area.
okay. That's not true. All right, Reaper is more than 3 buttons. Okay, it's like a whole resource system where you need to build up the different resources to exchange them for the other kinds of resources. And I don't really appreciate him
As you
oversimplifying my
explore
job
to the
like
ends
that.
of the galaxy, smacking every monster and alien you meet along the way until it dies horribly, in an expansion that doesn't change much, but just adds more of the FF you love. Unless you Fantasia into a bunny boy.
Yeah.
Then you'll know what it feels like
boy.
to be a K-pop star all the time.
Ooh, yeah,
Ooh,
boy.
Feels wrong to be this beautiful.
Oh,
Witness
yes.
the final journey of the Scions.
Ooh.
As Endwalker puts together all the narrative seeds they've sown since even before ARR
I like
to
it now.
finally uncover the threat that has plagued past and present. As the Warrior of Light travels through time and space in search of the secrets of the crystal, with the help of all the friends you've made in your long journey,
That's quite
all
an
discovered through a million escort quests that will have you truly understanding the meaning of the name Endwalker as you literally RP walk through the story, so you don't end up losing your NPC and having to start the painful walk all over again. Then bask in the beautiful and poignant moments that could only be possible because you spent 5,000 hours with these characters. Right until it slams 14 monster energies and throws you into one of the most anime finales you've ever laid eyes on. In a narrative that feels like the accumulation of all the Final Fantasies you've ever experienced all rolled into one.
I had a 10,000
Which is exactly
hours
what you're here for.
with these characters.
And even though this might be the end of the Scions, there will definitely be new characters for everyone to lust over. I mean, there's still more Hildebrand after all.
No.
After you've prevented the
No.
calamity, loiter around the endgame.
I mean,
and
there's
kill
Godbird.
time doing all the side things that you missed while you power-houred through the story. As you run all the 90 dungeons and raids, gathering gated currency to get your eye level maxed.
Oh, the blue. Oh my god.
So you can sit in Party Finder to do savage content with strangers, as you smack your face against particle effects and colorful mechanics for hours, to not
Look, you can't do this and not show P3S. You can't be like, smack your face against the colorful mechanics and not. Come
clear
on,
it,
come on, show
or
P3.
avoid all that stress entirely and do all the other stuff designed to keep you subbed, like grinding, your gathering and crafting, doing treasure dungeons, leveling up side classes.
I don't know if like treasure dungeons are designed to keep you subbed. Like,
Or waiting hours on end for a super rare monster to appear as someone writes the entire Shrek script in chat.
We're talking about it's actually going to be up in 2 minutes. Yeah, Cheese going to be up in 2 minutes.
All to bide your time until the next batch of content comes out instead of doing literally anything else. Because at this point, you've developed separation anxiety with this game.
I mean, yeah.
But to be fair, the true endgame never really stops.
Okay, that's
because the glam game is forever. Seriously,
you got
though, Yoshi
me.
P, if you can hear this, next expansion, please add more space to the glamour chest.
Please.
It doesn't even have to have a story, man. I just really need a place to store my hats.
No, it needs
So
to have
call
a story.
forth your dynamis and
We
put
need to see the character development for the glamour dresser.
a smile on your face in an epic conclusion worthy of its fantasy moniker, where just because it's the end doesn't mean it's final.
Yeah.
Because there's
not
definitely still at
final.
least 10 more years of content for you to pay for. And if
Yes.
there's one thing that Square
Take
excels
my
at,
money.
it's squeezing that golden goose until it's a dry husk. I'm already shaking in anticipation for 1.014 Classic to come out. Shut up and take my money.
Look, it's not ever going to be a dry husk.
Starring
Final Fantasy 14 won't ever be a dry husk because the players are too wet.
Weeaboo of Light, Sister.
I'm sorry.
This is Thancred, Meowster Waifu. Thou payest not mine sub. Precious Catboy to protect at all cost. Ponytail Mario. Toga Party.
Ponytail Mario.
Fun Daniel. Regina George.
What?
Big Mommy Crystal.
Regina George. Oh man. Dude.
George. Big Mommy Crystal.
That's
Millennion. Dad is the pudding way. And 2B Leggings.
2B leggings.
Fantasy Boys
2B
14.
leggings.
Moon Tycoon.
That was really fun. Oh my god.
Tell us what you'd like to
I did
hear
not
in my
expect
epic
this at the
voice
end.
in the comments below.
Rip. F in the chat for our grips. We'll miss you, Grips.
Tell
You had
us
a
what
good
you'd
run.
like to hear in my epic voice in the comments below. For I am God's mighty angel. For I am eternal. Again, ugh. I don't wanna.
He should,
Great job, superstar. It's past your bedtime. Bad children must be punished.
Wait, what is this? So,
Mine sub.
it was really not satire at all. Like, especially, honestly, in the first part, where it's like, oh, they had to completely stop selling the game, and Bunny Boys. There was like a good 2 minutes, about half of this that was not satire at all. It was really enjoyable. I liked when he said, Moon Tycoon.
Tycoon. It's 14. Moon Tycoon.
Fantasy Boys, Husbandos 14. There's so many Husbandos in this game. Like, every time there's a new story patch, they introduce a new Husbando because there's just so many. Like, I can think of, there was Emmett's Elk, Faithful Deus, Estinian, the new one, Hermes. So that's 4 right off the top of my head. Some people would consider Ardbert, Thancred. There's Emmerich as well. Yeah, Hien. Aaronville. Oh yeah, there's a new one. Aaronville. There's 10 right off the top of my head. That's 10. Oh, Xenos. You got Xenos. Harchafont. There's 12. Like, there's just so many. There's so many. I am, we are not hurting for the husbandos in this game. Okay, so I'm going to put a link in the chat to the Honest Game trailers. There we go.
Oh,
That was really, really fun. I enjoyed that so much. I'm glad that I saved it for the stream. I'd been wanting to watch it for like a week, and I just kept putting it off because I was like, well, maybe I'll just put on a spoiler alert.